Thumbs up.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? It is Matt, aka Thanatos, and I am joined today by the beautiful beard himself, White Whale Comics.
What's going on, everyone? It is Matt.
Oh, man. Is that you?
Rookie mistake over here.
Whew, off to a rocky start. Hi, this is Alec from White Whale Comics. Pleasure to be here. That was weird. Can we do a take two? No, we can't do that live, huh?
No, too late. We've gone too far.
Oh, man.
It's funny. Someone actually mentions Zatanna 16, and here she is in all of her not Jubilee glory.
Interesting.
So today we are going to be introducing our first episode of a little thing that Alec and I have been talking about and discussing and wanting to do. It is called The Cut, as you can tell by Alec's wonderful thumbnail. So thank you so much, Alec, for the amazing thumbnail. That was fantastic. Like, I feel like your thumbnail videos on my channel get the most views.
Probably.
Yeah, you should just keep doing those.
Okay.
So looks like we got a ton of people in the chat. Probably all came over from your previous show from Big Will's A-OK.
Gave him a little preliminary little splash in the pond.
Little dose. So Popcom was here like an hour and a half early. We have Wingnut in the chat, some DS Comics, Jason P, Big Will, Combooks NYC.
Vampy blows them both away, TJ says. TJ loves his Vampirella.
Yeah, he does. I recently, I didn't know you could change I didn't know how people got the little moderator thing. I just figured that out. So I added John's Comics with Kids and TJ as moderators for the channel. And you were also one as well, White Whale.
Yeah.
But I think you were already one.
Yeah, so you must have added me somehow.
I don't remember. That was just
like a blind rage of doing it when I was judging the the comic war.
Or it just, naturally happened. It was meant to be.
Yeah.
Captain
Mike says Vampirella is greater than Asterisk.
So is that like everyone?
Everyone, I assume, yeah.
That's incorrect. Captain Mike. If you guys didn't see, I made a video yesterday about Captain Mike and his pressing channel. Great dude. Oh, and it was an A-OK. I got his Christmas present, which was this super sweet thing. Look at that guy.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
But
I don't know what that means. TJ says I don't know what that means.
I'm the Slab Dragon. So Alec, let's discuss what our intentions were.
Yes, on to serious business.
When we decided to collaborate and create The Cut. It took us a while, for sure.
Yeah, it was a lot of talking, so I hope it paid off, because I still don't know if we're fully, like, I don't know if we can do like an elevator pitch for it, which is the problem.
It did. It took a little bit. I mean, I guess there's a gist of it, and kind of the title says it all. The Cut. I mean, we're going to have books that make the cut, and then books that get cut. We are going to talk about. We're gonna go back and forth, and kind of show each other books that we have in our collection that we're not too sure about. Books that we bought because they were key issues, even though they're not our favorite character, or maybe they have a nice cover, good story, but they're sitting in our collection now, and we don't know what to do with them. Maybe in an effort to reduce our collections, almost, right?
Yeah, I think for me, it's not necessarily about specifically reducing, but it's about like what I want my collection to be and what I want to have in my collection. The books for me like fall into three categories. It's like a nostalgia book, it is a key issue, or it's just a cool cover or something. I guess more than three maybe. But my point is that sometimes you buy books or you keep books because you feel required to, and we'll get to some of that as we go through some of these books. But the question is, like, where on the lines of those categories or any category, do you decide to keep a book or to get rid of a book to make room for something else that maybe is going to be something you want more in your collection, right?
Yes, and I also, I mean, hopefully we definitely kind of delve into the reasons why we buy books. For example, I actually just posted these two Incredible Hulk books, my 180 and 181 on Instagram. And I remember thinking on one of my very first, it was probably like my Green Lantern collection video or a Showcase 22 video where I said, you know, some people want an Incredible Hulk 181. That's not me. I will never own a Hulk 181. I have no desire for it. And it's sitting behind me right now. And I love it. Like, it's a book that I never expected to own, and I never wanted to own it. But now I own it, and
No, you'd never get rid of it.
That's not on the cut.
No.
But why? What made me go out and buy a book that I never actually wanted or needed? So I mean, I hope we can kind of get into what drives us, what motivates us to buy the books that we do. I know I told you I bought a book today, or pre-ordered a book today. And I have an idea of why I bought that book, but at the same time, like, did I need it? Probably not.
Well, I mean, they're comic books. I mean, strictly speaking, do we need any of them? I mean, probably, but what's life without comics? But you know what I mean? There's no any given book that, what are you going to do with the books you don't want an auction, perhaps? Tony says.
And we discussed that, you know, maybe if during these shows, these episodes, if someone sees a book that we have on the chopping block that, you know, if you're interested in it, you know, you're more than welcome to hit either of us up on Instagram and persuade us.
I mean, it's not really the purpose. Like, we're not, this isn't like some ruse to do an auction, but yeah, you know, if we decide we're going to get rid of something, and obviously if I'd rather sell it to someone who is a member of the community than put it up on eBay. So
now I have found that I really enjoy giving deals to people in our community. Like, I have sold books to Alex the Comic Hoarder. I'm sure you've seen the Brave and the Bold 28, the Showcase 22. I sold all of the books that I got, even though the books went up in value, for exactly what I paid for them. And I love the fact that I'm able to give someone in the community who I know is going to cherish the books that I loved, keep them in their collection.
For sure. I totally agree.
So
should we jump right in? Do you want to go first?
I don't see why not. So I talked yesterday about Captain Mike. Captain Mike is in the house right now, and about how when I first started moving from reading comics to collecting comics, I was on the CBCS forum. And I remember Longbox Love Affair. I think it was Longbox Love Affair who posted posted a picture of the upcoming Supergirl art germ covers, right? And at the time, I remember thinking, you know, I'm pretty new to this whole collecting thing. I'm going to buy books to flip them and make money and buy more books. Which did not end up happening. It's just me hoarding comics. So I have a lot of Supergirl art germ comics. And by a lot, I mean
Put that Zatanna down. She's not on the cut.
No, she's
never. I'm surprised you just put her on the floor.
She's on the floor now.
Oh,
but I can still see her. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 copies of Supergirl number 12. And I actually think when I send people books, I like sneak some of these in. I think I sent Comic Books NYC that copy of Middle West from winning the New Comic Book Day book club, and I put a couple of these in there. I think 1 or 2. It looks like I have 2 copies of number 13. You see, I went kind of ham on 3 copies of 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 copies. This is actually my favorite one, so I don't mind too much. Of number 15, that's going to fall down.
Yeah, you
1,
should.
2, 3 copies, 16. And I finally learned my lesson and just got one copy. Of actually probably one of my favorite also is number 19. So that is my first. What, Alec, the heck do I do with all of these art germ covers?
Cut them. I mean, are you a Supergirl fan? I mean, I know you got that sweet Legion of Superheroes book, but that's more about Adam Hughes.
I am a fairly big. I honestly didn't even read the story because it already started at 12, and I didn't want to go back and start with number 1. So I bought these specifically for the cover art. And so I have kind of considered keeping one of each. Probably not slabbing them, just keeping one of each, and then getting rid of the rest, which...
I mean, I think at the very least, that's the solution. But I mean, so it's funny because, you know, on the one hand, I'm always of the mind, or I think like, oh, I can just see this artwork online. What do I need the comic for? But then I do the same thing and I go buy every Jenny Frison Wonder Woman cover and I don't even read that book just because like I see it on the shelf and I'm like, well, I got to own that. But I don't buy 7 of them.
Yeah, my bad. You know,
you were going to get rich off those, huh?
I was going to make so much money. How about this?
Keep 2, slab 1. Big Lion says.
I have a bunch right now, and we have 30 people watching. What if I gave a set of these? I can make, because some of these I only have 2 of. Sorry, no one's going to get this one. But if you didn't get your own copy, you've gone too far. But of everything that I have 2 or more copies of, how about we do a giveaway at the end of this?
Oh, all right. Yeah. I didn't know that was on the table, but I'm sure people would be psyched.
Yeah. So 1, 2.
Of course, TJ says slab 1 of each, move the rest.
3, 4. And then wherever the first one is. 5. So 5 comics, and I can probably I should be able to do 2 sets. So we can do 2 giveaways of Supergirl art germ later tonight.
JC, I guess a little late, or depending on how bad the lag is, says they're still worth money. Sell and put the money towards keys. Well, they're giving away.
I still have a ton of them, so that I could still do that. But you know, I love you guys, and Merry Christmas. You know,
that's awfully nice.
I'll keep one of these up. How about the subliminal one?
Yeah, it's very subliminal, very subtle.
Yeah. He wasn't insinuating anything.
All right, so this is not on the cut. I was just showing off this really underrated Middleton cover of Poison Ivy, which I think is touching.
Knights of Old is asking, what is the patch on your jacket, White Whale?
So this is a jacket that I got from work that has the logo of the company I work for on it, and I don't like having that when I walk around, so put a patch over it, and it's a little black metal kitten.
That's awesome.
And my wife and I actually bought each other this same patch one Christmas. We gave it to each other. Isn't that cute?
That's adorable.
I'm going to start with something. So I know some of the books Matt is going to choose, and they're better than mine. So I'm going to just start off with one of the bigger ones. This is Batman #1. New 52, the problematic Ethan Van Sciver variant. I mean, the variant's not problematic. Ethan Van Sciver is.
Oh, so you say Sciver?
I don't know. Is it? How do you say it?
Okay, I spent years calling him Ethan Van Sciver, and then I make YouTube videos and I get trashed for calling him Ethan Van Sciver. Apparently, it's Ethan Van Sciver.
Oh well.
But I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Not to get too political, but he's Ethan Van Scumbag in my book. So,
and he's not that great. You're right.
Yeah. Okay.
But
so but let's talk about the book.
Okay.
I have the regular cover as well. Regardless of my feelings towards the man, I'm not especially fond of this cover. I bought it when it first came out, when I worked at a comic store for very little money, and I just have kept it because it's like a sought after book. But I don't know, again, like, is that a reason to keep a book because it's something that other people want?
Yeah, that's always the struggle. It is a retailer incentive. I believe that was what, like a 1 in 25?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe. I think it was the only
retailer incentive for
I think so.
that book.
Yeah.
I, despite how I feel about him outside of comics, also am a big Ethan Van Sciver fan. He drew a lot of Green Lantern back in the day.
Yes, he did.
I've always loved his artwork. I can't fault him for how good of an artist he is, but I could see why you wouldn't want to, like, I'm sure you've already read Batman New 52, so you're not going to read this cover.
Yeah, and I have another copy anyway, and
of Batman #1.
Yeah.
Oh,
Comic Books NYC says memory of the store maybe for sentimental, if that matters to you. Yeah, I mean, I bought plenty of books from there. There's other books that I can remember buying from the store that I like more. But I mean, that is a fair point.
Okay, so if it were me, what does it sell for graded? Is it worth getting slabbed and selling? Or would
I almost sent it in my last batch. It's got the spine's really clean. I don't know if you can see right down at the bottom corner. There's like a little bit of rubbing.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's got to be a 9.6, if not a 9.8. No, there's a little chip up, little spine tick up at the top too. But
I just typed it. I typed Batman 1 in the Go Collect, and that was a poor choice.
Yeah, it really narrows it down, huh?
So a 9.8 has a sold by, or a fair market value of $95. So, but then a 9.6 is at 50.
Yeah, that's, I mean, which is, either one is more than I paid for it. So, just better.
Send it in. I say, if you can slab it and turn it, if you can get $100 off of it, I mean, obviously minus grading fees. So
yeah, I mean, if it only comes back at 9.6, so
then you're kind of SOL, but that's the risk we all take.
Yeah, I mean, or I could sell it raw and get what, 40, 50 bucks.
That's also a good point. You could do that.
So
regardless, cut it. Sciver's a scumbag.
Yeah, I don't want him.
And you already have the
dirtying up my box. The better cover.
I mean, although there was one that sold, two of them have sold in the past few weeks for $120 and $100 at a 9.8.
It's pretty good.
But that's, again, do you risk it? Is it worth the risk?
Mr. Roboto says, I separate the art from the artist, but doesn't sound like you want it. Yeah, man, I listen to black metal, so I hear that, separating the art from the artist, because there are some problematic characters in that scene.
Are we talking about Azalea dying right now?
Talking about, like, Dark Throne. Although Dark Throne's come around. They've, like, apologized for their early shenanigans. Why is he a scumbag? I don't know. This is the time and place to get into that, but
we can talk about that kind of stuff off air.
Yeah.
So
sell it raw, someone else risk. Yeah, JC, I think that's probably what I'm gonna do.
Sell it raw. She gone. All right, so I did pick a few single books, but most of these we agreed that it could be singles, it could be, or like series, or like a group of variants, runs. So my next group is, what the hell do I do with all of my metal books. Maybe I should have done this one at a time because some of these are far more valuable, I think, than others.
Yeah, because there's definitely one key in there.
Yeah, I picked up this.
That's sweet.
Signed by Scott Snyder, not Greg Capullo, and it doesn't have a certificate of authenticity or anything. So if I wanted to get this slabbed, it would have to go through CBCS. But this was some kind of weird black and white.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that.
It's a cool cover. I kind of like it.
For sure.
Looks badass on it. And it is a Greg Capullo cover.
I like the blue ink for the signature.
Yeah. I have Batman Dawnbreaker, although this was a gift from Full Circle Geek. So actually, maybe I should take this out because this was a gift and I really like it.
Yeah.
And it is Green Lantern, kind of.
Yeah.
So that one, my bad. This one was hot for a while. Batman the Red Death #1. The foil variant, or the foil cover, not a variant at all. And then I had Dark Knight's Metal 2, which I believe was technically the first full appearance of the Batman Who Laughs. And then Metal #2, this was, I think, like a trade dress of some kind of variant that they had, a retailer and a variant. And then I do have, we've talked about this one before, Alec.
Yep.
Teen Titans #12, but it has a spine tick and kind of like a weird, not a printing tear, but
yeah, a binding cut thing.
Yeah, the spine isn't as happy as I would have liked it. So that's kind of on there as well. And I got a couple copies of Batman #5. I don't know why. I really liked this cover.
Yeah, it's a cool one.
And then I also have #6 and The Wild Hunt.
Which you didn't even care to bag.
Didn't even care to bag. Oh, because I read these. And then I said, I don't care. Because I was, at that point, I was almost done with the metal series. It got old for me.
So, I mean, you clearly, if you didn't even care to bag and board the last couple issues, you clearly are not specially connected to it, other than the fact that they're hot books.
Yeah.
Am I correct?
That is correct.
So keep the Green Lantern.
Keeping Dawnbreaker.
Maybe keep the signed book because it's cool. Maybe.
Scott Snyder.
Do you have any other Scott Snyder autographs?
I don't, actually. That's kind of crazy.
So maybe until you get another one at least.
Yeah.
TJ says Batman Who Laughs, I believe, will continue to grow. Yeah, especially if this series is good that's about to come out. But, I mean, I think the majority of those you can probably cut.
So we're keeping Teen Titans #12, but are we... If... I would say that this would get a 9.6. If I... Like, the break barely breaks color. It's enough that it bothers me. Slab it or sell it or keep it just for future. Is it like a long-term investment? See where Batman Who Laughs goes.
Jason P, I think, is on the same page as me. Keep Dawnbreaker, the sign book, Teen Titans 12, and keep those and move the rest.
These, fine. You know what, Jason? I'll trust you.
No, but not me?
Nope.
No, fair enough.
Nah, I'm just kidding. So far,
we're moving a lot.
Not too bad.
All right. So I'm gonna stick with the Batman theme. I've got Batman 686, cover A, cover B. I believe this is second printing and sketch variant.
I've never read the story, but I love Neil Gaiman.
Yeah. So here's where my struggle comes in. So do I, and I like weird little collections of books. Like I love subsequent printings, like the Venom series and Cosmic Ghost Rider. Like I would buy all the subsequent printings. But I wasn't very fond of this run. The creator of Angela, yeah. What is his best known work? Mr. Roboto says, as a Batman fan, I can never advise getting rid of any Batman books.
Captain Mike says to keep the sketch variant.
Yeah, I don't see, that's tough for me. Like I think I need to move these as a lot or keep them all.
And I noticed
Big Lion Cat says same thing, keep the sketchbook.
When I look these up on eBay, you do see a lot of them sell as a set, but typically, I mean, it looked like they were selling for like $10 to $15. Although randomly, I think the sketch variant sold recently for like $40 by itself.
Yeah, that's the money book.
Would you ever intend on getting these signed, like a copy signed by Neil Gaiman?
If I met Neil Gaiman, I would probably more likely get something else signed, like a Sandman book, probably, or like my omnibus. So these would not like come to front of mind.
I am in the same boat as you. I would only keep them if my intent was to have Neil Gaiman sign it, or if I like the cover art. The cover arts are really, really cool.
Yeah, it's a keyword, Andy. And then this one is Alex Ross.
Dang it, John's Comics with Kids over here dropping his teacher knowledge on us. In a way, you could argue that simply by choosing the books for this show, you have already made up your mind. You've checked your feelings and want to see how we feel about it. I'd say trust yourself.
Well, we'll see. We'll see about that in a couple, because there's some others that I am have different reasons for thinking about getting rid of. So
what was our verdict on that? Are you gonna? If it were me, I'd sell it as a lot.
Okay,
but
that's kind of what I'm leaning towards. But
you got a lot of people telling you to keep that sketch variant,
and then give the cuts to me. Oh, I see, John. I see. Yeah, a lot of people tell me to keep the sketch variant, but
and DS Comics makes a great point. These books are easy to pick back up if you regret selling them.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's not like a first appearance or anything, so I don't think they're gonna skyrocket more than where they're at. Sell them or keep them all, Mr. Roboto said. Okay.
That's a 50-50. You're not slapping any of those.
Sketch covers are overrated. All right, go up. You're next.
All right. So
I'm really excited for a couple things you're going to show.
I think it's this one. This is probably the one.
Yeah, the other one I didn't say anything to you about.
I love this comic, but I don't know how I feel about it.
You love it, clearly. Yeah, so I think you should sell that one.
Okay, so backstory on this. One, I love Sandman. I love any type of, Alec and I have talked about this. I love any kind of personification of death. So when I read Sandman, and like Neil Gaiman's death is amazing. Amazing. And I always kind of wanted a copy, and I looked around, and I actually found this at my local store. I picked it up for $25. And they had pictures of, pictures of Neil Gaiman at that shop signing this book. And he like dotted her eye as like, I don't know, like that's her eye, and then the symbol, and then he signed the comic. But he also signed a few other comics at the same time. And the unfortunate thing is, this is an actual it's a nice copy. I would say definitely 9.2 or above. However, the back has you saw the markings. There's a lot of silver ink. I'll pull it out. I washed my hands.
John's Comics' Kids said, I take back everything I said. What are you thinking? Don't throw that away. Oh man,
So as you can tell,
it's just a remark.
there's a there's a smudge, and then there's little dots of silver ink all over the back. So you can see it could
Yeah.
definitely benefit from a press in some spots. But look at that. And you know
But
exactly what that is. That is his swoopty swoop.
that was on the
That was on someone else's comic. Because what I want in a Sandman #8 is one, I would love the variant copy.
Yeah, which one just sold in a comic like auction, 9.8 for like $3,000.
Yeah, I would love to find one of those. Or I would like a CGC 9.6 or 9.8 in this copy. This obviously probably would not get it unless Captain Mike pulls some miracles and is able to clean off permanent marker off of a black bag.
Yeah. See, for me, despite my selfish reasons for wanting you to get rid of it, if you're going to get a second copy graded at 9.6 or 9.8, I would keep that because you can keep it in the bag and you don't have to look at the back cover. And it's signed by Neil Gaiman, and that's pretty sweet. So I'm going to give this a keep.
You know, I actually think I have. Hold on. Random thought. Do you ever go to Barnes and Nobles?
Not in years, but I have certainly.
You know, I don't. It's weird. I actually looked at this. Barnes and Nobles does every Black Friday. They have autograph books that like are mass produced, and I'm sure the artists just sit there for like, or the authors sit there for days and just sign. And I remember I picked this up, I think like 2 years ago. Neil Gaiman's
signed copy.
It's a signed copy, and I like this. I don't know how old the signature is, but look at the signature from this one.
Yeah, it looks different.
It's very different, and that's way nicer. So a part of me, I don't know. I mean, the same way that I think Stan Lee's signatures have changed over the years, I have considered that is a pretty cool looking signature.
And you said they had photos of him signing it, so it's not like no reason to cut.
All right,
yeah, you got to keep that one.
I do. So part of me was thinking maybe I could flip it and sell it for a better copy, but I think you guys have definitely made the choice for me. I mean, it'll stay in my personal. There's no harm in having 2 Sandman #8s.
No, you can't have too many copies of that book. I was actually like super surprised when I saw that when you sent it to me ahead of time.
Have you picked up the Death Funko Pop? I don't know if you're a Funko Pop kind of guy, but
I have a few. I'm not like huge into them because I don't want to. I'm scared to be, but I don't have that one yet. No,
it's fantastic.
Yeah,
going in the pile.
Wow, we got one. Keep. All right, John's Comics with Kids. Here you go. And this is one I didn't tell you about ahead of time. Planet Hulk. Now, here's the thing. This is a great run. I love this story. But what I really want is this issue in a 9.8 and then a trade to reread it. So do I sell these as an incomplete lot or sell them together or just keep them and suck it up? See, I told you I had a pickle on your hands.
I mean, yeah, Big Will's right. Only one has value.
Which is?
Isn't it that one?
Yeah. Said, yeah, dude, sell them as a complete lot and then buy a 9.8. So that was my thought.
What grade is the one you have raw right now? You think? What guesstimation?
Could be a 9.8.
But there's always a risk.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to see in Mylar, but like I don't see any defects on the front of this. It's really clean.
So a lot of people are saying that DS is right. And DS Comics is saying sell them all as a complete lot and then buy the 9.8. You get way more value if you sell a complete set.
So here's then my second question. Should I grade this copy? And if it comes back a 9.8, just keep it? Or if it doesn't, sell it as a 9.6 with the rest? Or is that too much work?
That would be putting you probably into more of a predicament.
DS says sell it raw.
This is right. Sell them raw. Keep them as one big complete raw set. And then that way, one, you're not tempted to split them after, but at the same time, like I don't know how much money do those sets go for? I should look it up on eBay. That's a bad choice.
Sell raw. Time is money. CGC is time. Just do it quick as a lot. 9.8 pre-screen. Well, but that's even more wasted money if it doesn't get a 9.8. Yeah, so this one's a bit trickier, which is why I wanted to include it.
But you're getting a lot of the same idea. People are actually more likely to buy a full raw lot or a full graded lot. Fewer people buy split lots.
Big Lion Cat saying to do it the other way around. See if you can find a 9.8 and then sell the lot. What run of Hulk is that? It's the Planet Hulk run. It's great. It's so good. Sometimes it's easier just to buy a 9.8. Yeah, for sure. Rather than who knows what this is going to get, because the back might have a big smudge in it or something. I don't know. I haven't taken it out of the Mylar in a while.
Or you could be like me and buy like 5 raw copies of Green Lantern #1, the variant, and not get a 9.8, and then have to buy one anyway. I think the people have chosen.
It's a key issue in the first Maestro. Is it? I thought he didn't appear to Old Man Logan, but I might be wrong. I thought this was the money book in the slot.
Let's see what issue is it?
This is issue number 92 of The Incredible Hulk.
Pretty Bale Hulk 92. A 9.8 full market value is at $120.
That's not bad at all.
See what about? Oh, it actually doesn't say diddly squat. So let's see some pictures. There's definitely some annotations on it, but of course I can't read them. It doesn't look like it says first appearance of anybody. I guess I could have just.
I mean, it might be in a different issue.
Yeah. But I guess that would make sense if you want to minimize your singles. Invest in the 9.8, which is the copy that you want, and get your trade for the story.
Yeah.
Or you could just keep them all raw and keep it.
Could. See, that's why this one's a trickier one.
Well,
but we need an answer.
The people have chosen. Sell them as a lot. Key Collector Act says
Hulk feature imperfect one. Thank you, John.
And thank you, Key Collector App.
Go up. You're up.
Oh. All right. So I have two left. And this one I picked up, and I have no freaking idea why. So this goes back into why do we buy comics? I hear news that there's like Morbius, and Morbius is floating out there. Everybody's talking about he's going to be in some TV show. And then I see it at a local LCS and I buy it. But why? Don't owe and what and keep it. You guys.
I mean, you're not a Marvel guy. You're not a Spider-Man guy.
I am not a Marvel guy. I am not an Amazing Spider-Man guy. And it's a low grade copy. It's
yeah, and I mean it's not Hulk 181. You know, it's not.
No, it's
a key issue, but it's not like a key issue.
I have my first Blade, you know, and he is my favorite vampire. Like it's pretty mashed.
Yeah, but you can still probably sell that for a decent amount right now. DS says slab it, sell it in a couple of years. You think there's really still room to grow on this book? Or do you think I feel like it's pretty hot right now.
Oh, you're talking to me?
Well, and the chat. Isn't that how this works?
I mean, so right now, what they've done is announce that it might be happening. Like it's a maybe. And I did get it for a fairly low price. I think I paid less than $100 for it. I have no idea actually what they go for right now. So whether I want to get it slabbed and get like it's probably like a 4.0, or I think it has one piece of tape actually on the inside cover. Get it. TJ says get it graded and wait for the movie.
I think it was Economics and Comics who was just saying on somebody's show. He said, I think it was buy when there's a rumor and sell when there's a trailer. Because by the time the movie comes out, no one cares anymore.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if that's entirely true, because you look at some books that have continued to hold their value, but you look at something like My Walking Dead #1, which is I've lost, not that I'm planning on selling it, but like I've lost $600-700 on it that I could have sold it for at its height.
That is true. But I mean, I think The Walking Dead's not done yet. They will find a way.
They said they want to go 20 years with it or something like that.
They will find a way to make a spin-off in every which way. Prequels, Walking Dead prequels.
Unless it's Iron Man 55. Depends on if he dies in the movie. Yeah, I mean, this is a cool key, but like depending on how much you paid for it and how much you can sell it for, if you don't care about it, yeah, I mean, are you keeping it in your collection as a showpiece just to say like I've got this book?
No, I mean I don't care about the character. I'm not gonna read it. I bought it because I saw the cover, I recognized it, and I knew that there was a movie stuff coming out and they probably hadn't priced it up yet. So I think I bought it with the intention that I could profit for something that I actually want.
DS says no matter when you sell it, you should get that graded, I think.
All right. Well, I am sending a bunch of books out for some CGC grading. Whether it's worth it, I have a hard time not pressing and cleaning books before I get them graded. So
yeah, but I mean, what are the press going to do that? I don't know enough about pressing, but it looks pretty choppy. So I see a couple of color breaking ticks.
It's ugly. But I don't mind those low grade keys.
Yeah,
so we've decided I have no problems with the idea of getting it graded and selling it.
I think that's what you should go with.
Okay.
It is decided.
Slab book. Yay.
Slab book. Yeah, we haven't had one of those yet.
Slab book. Question: are his eyes always pink, or did someone color them in?
I think they're always that color.
Because it definitely looks like some kid just crayoned in his eyes.
TJ says keep till you get an upgrade.
TJ, I swear to bejesus. No upgrades required.
All right. So you said you have one more after that. So I've got a bunch more. So I'll have to decide what I want to do. So I'm going to do a weird one, which I also didn't share with you ahead of time. It's a series called Supermarket. And this is the reason I chose this is because it is the exact opposite of things that we've been looking at, where it's not really worth anything. But it was a super cool series by IDW. The artwork is amazing. And the books have like these really nice, like flat matte covers. So I really like the series, but they're not worth anything. So where does that fall? You know what I mean?
Not worth anything.
I mean, not that I'm aware of, unless this gets picked up and get suddenly turned into a property. But I've not heard.
But that's what people are going to tell you. They're people like. I mean, you see that everything and its mother is getting picked up right now, and it's wild, the speculation. So someone could tell you like, well, 5 years from now it might get picked up.
Yeah. And Big Wells says, never heard of Supermarket. I don't know. or I don't care. I don't know what IDC means, but clearly not. I don't know because no starts with a K. Yeah. So the reason I included this is because Comic Books NYC is Reddit. Awesome. I need to start a movie rumor. Yeah, I'm trying to do that with a few other things. So,
Comic Books NYC said, "Is it a good story?" I don't think he.
Oh, is it a good story?
I read that backwards too first.
I liked it. Let me open up one of the books and show you some of the art because I think it's super cool. And I don't care if I get my grubby hands on them because they're not worth anything. But so again, the reason I included this was specifically because they're not worth anything, and I don't know like where books like this should fall in my collection. Because like again, I could just ditch these and buy a trade, which I'm more likely to read or like look at again. Because how often do you pull out individual books?
So, I mean, this kind of comes back to what we collect and why we collect.
Right.
And it's obviously a story that you enjoy. And if you did get rid of it, would you go get a trade?
Honestly, probably not.
So if it's not worth anything, if it's not worth selling, and it's a series that you enjoyed reading, I would keep it. I would hold on to it. Maybe in 5 years it does get picked up, and you're like, "Holy crap! I'm so happy I kept that."
Yeah.
On the opposite, I mean, the most you'd want to do with that is either sell them as a lot for, I don't know what, $5,
maybe.
Donate them. I'm sure there's lots of like if it's something that you really just don't want in your collection and you don't have room for it or want to downsize, then it could be one of those. I know they have all kinds of different donation types during the holidays and stuff for kids that are looking for comic books.
Yeah, I don't remember if this is all ages appropriate.
No.
But that's a good thought.
What we could do is sometime we could make a pile and do our own like donate comics to children or adults if they're not child approved. But I mean, you could start your own little charity thing. Yeah. Make a little pile of all these comics that we don't want and get people to send books in.
Well, this is certainly evolving. So I'll keep them for now and maybe give them away later. I mean, it is a cool story.
Read it every few years.
Donate it or include it as a bonus in a sale or an A-OK. Yeah, not a bad idea.
Maybe someone that hasn't read it that's interested.
Yeah. So for now, it's a keep. Okay.
Yes.
It's written by Brian Wood, by the way. I didn't mention that. All right, your last one.
John, we don't do logic here. What did John say?
Yeah. It said logic would say sell it all, buy things for your house or something. Collecting isn't logical. Comics are for the house, John.
Look. Dressier's Comics and Things says, I've donated small runs like that to little free libraries before.
Yeah.
So there are places
cool.
out there that want. I mean, I would if it's not okay for children though.
I don't remember it being like especially like vulgar, but I just don't know if it's like give this to your kids.
Captain Mike's going to he's going to enjoy this one.
Yeah, I'm going to enjoy this one too. I'm looking forward to talking about this.
This is my final one. Final three. It is. That's backwards. San Diego Comic-Con's Comics #2 in a 9.2. San Diego Comic-Con Comics in a 9.4. Verified signatures of Mike Mignola and Jeff Darrow. Comic-Con Comics #2 in a 9.8. Captain Mike, no, sell it. I have 3 of these.
Yeah.
And I have wanted a 9.8 for a while.
And there it is.
But a 9.8, looking at what's coming out in the movies here pretty soon, is worth a lot more than I thought. Like, I think they sell for about $700-ish.
Yeah.
And that's before the trailer has been announced or anything like that. And as someone who, like, in my mind, I have 3 copies. I'm not a perfectionist except for books that I really, really, really want. So $700 could do a lot. I could go visit my kids. I could save for a vacation. I could buy another comic. You know, there's a lot I can do with 9.8. And then there's a 9.4, which I also really like because it's signed by Mike Mignola. However, I really want to meet Mike Mignola. So part of me really wants a copy that I can have him sign.
Yeah. TJ's swearing at you. Says keep the 9.8. I've met him. He was a delight.
And I've heard he signs books for free. Like, he's totally cool about it. Like, he is just a genuine dude. So part of me wants to have a copy that I can have him sign.
But you're not going to get him to sign a slab, are you?
No,
you'd have to crack it
out, or maybe get like a X-Men 21 or something.
So I'm glad you brought that up. For me, I understand this is the first appearance of Hellboy, but that cover doesn't do anything for me. Like,
really bad.
I would much rather have a 9.8 X-Men 21, even though it's not like as sought after. It's way cooler looking and it looks way nicer on your shelf. I think this is like, people in the know will see it and be like, oh, that's an important book, but like, are you ever going to display that?
It's really ugly. No, I've had all these in a box.
Yeah, I like Sergio Aragonés. I think he's an awesome cartoonist, but it's a goofy looking cover.
So I see a lot of people saying keep the 9.8. Or I could keep a 9.2 or a signed 9.4 and profit. Like, it covers the price of all 3 of them and then some. And then I could get my X-Men 21.
Jason P. agrees with me.
I mean, I could sell a 9.8 and get a 9.8 X-Men 21.
And have money to spare.
And get more Green Lantern. I love Hellboy. I love Mike Mignola. So having a first full appearance is important to me. But I'm not going to display it. And it's not one of the, like, they're fairly low print. I believe this is a fairly low print book.
Yeah, I would assume.
So it all really depends on.
Mr. Roboto says it's not Sergio, it's Don Martin.
So I think, I mean, price-wise, I imagine the 9.4 would probably be a little harder to sell strictly because it's CBCS.
It's a red label.
Yeah. I mean, it's still a red label, so it's still verified, but I don't know how people see that on eBay or how they value them.
Yeah, that might be hard to look up too because it's double signed. It's like, how do you
put a value on
that?
And then I have these 2. Wow, the 9.2 has a ton of
yeah, I can see it from here.
Yeah, it looks just, that's oily. So maybe the 9. Okay. I don't know. This is why I have you guys. Now I'm seeing a lot of keep the 9.4, sell the others. Bake the Snake, Wingnut, Jason P.
Comic Book Center said you decided to at least sell 2 of them. Just figure out which 2.
Yeah, I mean, I don't need. I've honestly also thought, because when I did my, I don't know if we knew each other back when I did the last time I did a contest, it was my 250 subscriber, 500 Instagram follower giveaway, and I gave away a Next Men 21. So maybe this would be like I could always do a giveaway for one of these for my 700 or 750. I don't know.
I mean, I think that one of them, maybe not one of them, if that makes sense.
Okay. Not 9.8, probably not.
Yeah, that's quite a giveaway. John said, "Sorry, I passed out and had to be revived. Did I miss anything? Did I win something? Is this the Upside Down world?"
TJ Watson says, "Get rid of red, keep the 9.8 CGC." So I'm getting a lot of
conflicting opinions.
I don't know. Ooh, this one's all mashed in the corner, probably from being in a book or in a box too long. I think I'm leaning towards keeping the 9.4 strictly because it's a personal collection book. It's already signed by Mike Mignola, and I can always meet him and shake his hand and take a picture. Selling this one, the 9.8, even though I wanted a 9.8 for so long, but I think that was just me being a spoiled brat. And then the 9.2 can probably go as well, whether it's a giveaway or selling that as well.
Would you make a profit on the 9.8? Not that that matters too much, but it matters.
Yes, I would make profit on all of these. And I also didn't really like I think the reason it got a 9.2 was stupid. I think I read the grader's notes and it had like light bends, which to me sounds, I guess there is a little bit on the bottom.
TJ, of course, says it was the right decision to get the 9.8.
Was it the right decision? I mean, I had all these graded personally, so these were all books that I sent in for grading. I didn't buy any of these slabbed.
So it came back a 9.8.
It came back a 9.8.
Thanks for the sub, Mr. Roboto.
Oh, Mr. Robato's channel is awesome. He just had a great video showing a huge Adam Hughes grail.
Oh, nice. No, you like that guy.
Everybody go and sub him up.
Yeah, this is a hard one. This is not as easy as.
What would you do?
Little old me.
Yeah.
I mean, I told you my opinion. I like, as much as I care about Hellboy, I kind of don't care about that book.
You get rid of them all?
I would get rid of them all, buy a next Men 21, and use the rest of the money to buy something else.
Yeah.
Or keep the 9.4. But I'm sorry, TJ. I saw your face when you revealed that you were getting rid of it.
Well, yeah, I was excited, but it's because I don't like, you build up that excitement of like wanting something so bad, and then you get it and you're like, okay, that excitement's gone. Like that's how I feel about this. Like I tried 3 different times to get a 9.8. And actually 4 times, because I had a 9.0 with this as well. Which I traded it to my LCS for some Rick and Morty books. So I don't know. I feel like the appeal of having a 9.8 is worn off, and it's not a necessity to me.
So here's a question to kind of combat myself. I think it was DS earlier was saying that, those are easy to pick up and get them again. This would not be. So there's that question of regret when it comes to this, is if you're going to want it again in the future, it's not going to be as easy to get again. And
I agree with that. But I'm TJ, you're great, and I know you enjoy your 9.8s, but I don't need a 9.8. Like, I don't need a 9.8 in Supergirl and the Legion of Superheroes 23, or I mean, I don't have 9.8s in much of anything, except for the Zatanna 16. I really wanted 9.8 in that.
I get seller's regret often. Don't sell it. TJ's freaking out. He's begging with you.
All right. Well, this one will be to be determined. 2 of them are going to go. I know that. I can't keep 3 of these. That's crazy talk. And I guess we'll just, and I think I should probably wait until at least the trailer drops, see if we can get the value to go up.
If it looks good.
I hope it's good. I mean, I already love, I love Perlman's Hellboy, but I'm excited that Mike Mignola wrote all of this new Hellboy, the whole horror side of it. So
before you go look up the Big Little Books, I forgot the years. Yeah, you got an Overstreet right there.
All right. What am I looking up?
Big Little Books.
Big Little, is that what they're called?
That's what they said. Number 1118 and 1444.
Victorian age. The hell does that even mean? Oh, those are like 1880s. I'm out of there. Nope. I'm guessing platinum age, right?
Probably. Maybe golden.
Well, platinum is really old. 1930s, so maybe. Big Little Books. Big Smoker, Big Bounce, Billy Bounce. So maybe not there. To the Golden Age. Well, I guess now it's just age. It's all of them.
What are those little books? Yeah, right here.
Maximo.
But I don't think they go by title. I think he was saying they're all listed. Their own section after platinum, Big Will says.
Their own section after platinum. Going. Victorian age, platinum age. I'm getting all nervous. I don't think there's not a spot there. There's just some talk about Iron Man 1 and Submariner.
TJ says in the front before regular comics.
Oh, crap. I found them.
Thanks, TJ.
Are they Big Little Nickel books? Or should we go by title now? So what
their numbers 1118 and 1444.
Of course, they don't go by the number in here, but
They go by the name?
Yeah, alphabetical. So G-Man.
G-Man on the crime trail.
G-Man on the crime trail, 1936, Whitman, 432 pages.
Wow.
Good condition, $11. Fine condition, $27.50. Very fine near mint, $70.
And then the other one is Maximo, the Amazing Superman, and the Crystals of Doom.
Maximo. That's a cool title.
Yeah, isn't it?
Maximo, the Amazing Superman, 1940. 432 pages. $12 and good. Fine is $30. Very fine near mint is $80. They actually have a picture of it. That's pretty cool. Wait. It was just Maximo. It was 1436, right?
1444. Looks like this. That picture.
That one's same values, but 1941 Whitman. $12, $30.
So the G-Man is the one from the 30s.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But these are super cool. I mean, they're like from the 1930s. That's insane.
Could I rapid fire a few things?
Yeah, man.
Before we go?
Rapid fire ending. Oh, and we have to do the giveaway.
Yeah.
Hey, Melody. Sorry, I'll pick you up in a little bit. I know you're sick.
Hi, Melody.
Oh, totally awesome Hulk.
I found these in a random bin in a comic shop that was totally unorganized, and he gave them to me at a really cheap price because he didn't know what they were. And I don't care about totally awesome Hulk, but they're key issues.
You want to know what I did with my Totally Awesome Hulk 22?
Yeah.
I gave it away.
So it shows how much you care about him.
Well, I mean, so when I did my 250 sub giveaway, I did a Batgirl number 12 art germ. I did a Totally Awesome Hulk 22, and I think that's when I did the big prize was the Next Men 21.
Yeah.
But I had the same feeling. Like, I bought it and I was like, this is stupid. what am I gonna do with it? Hey, what's going on, Blast It or Stash It? I'm sure we've missed so many people in this chat, but
oh yeah, sorry.
Love you guys.
A set of Ultimates number 1, Ultimates number 2, 1, Ultimates number 2, and Ultimates 3 number 1.
Ultimates, in my mind, were all cells.
Right.
I would not keep those.
Yeah. Great.
As a lot, or I don't know.
Think this dude's coming back. So when this first dropped, especially this variant, I think one of these,
the first appearance of Mosaic.
Yeah, these were pretty hot.
Yeah, I would keep those. I would keep them and see what happens. Comic Books NYC says cut. They do go for fairly cheap on eBay, so if you did get rid of them and something happens, you could probably pick them up pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care about this character. It's just like first appearance. That's why I have them.
I mean, then sell them as a set.
Okay.
The one I've been waiting for. Hurry up, put it up there. You don't know which one it is, but I know what it is because I want to read it.
This?
I want to read it. That set, sell it to me. I read the synopsis of this.
It's great.
It's called Namwolf.
It's from Albatross, which is Eric Powell's imprint.
And the synopsis is literally scrawny guy gets drafted, goes over to Vietnam to fight in the Vietnam War, and finds out he's a werewolf. Like that to me sounds like an awesome story. So
it's great. The art's really good. The story is really fun. But like I read it, and do I need it?
No, I need it.
I see. Okay.
so we'll talk offline about that one.
Yeah, that's fine. Last thing I got is an incomplete set of Wolverine Origin. First 4 issues. So originally I was just going to get rid of these and keep this one, but it's another book that's like the cover doesn't really do much for me.
No, just Farmer Joe.
I don't know how you guys do it. I keep my entire collection on 100 books. Yeah, because you give away 50 issues of Deadpool very generously. Will.
That's too funny. Okay, so that's the whole point of what we're trying to do. Big Will and DS Comics. Like, I've noticed that my collection, as I've been doing YouTube especially, has just grown,
ballooned. Yeah,
and I have half of that to thank TJ Watson for. Don't send me any more books. TJ, don't send me any more books. And so that's why we're trying to cut them down. So you know what? We're cutting it down. Get rid of them.
Great, they're cut.
Sell them, trade them. A part of me wants, like, I feel bad. So I know people sell on Instagram, and I have no problem with people that sell on Instagram.
I've sold a few books on Instagram. I
have been wary of it. I have put books up for sale, and then I take them down because I don't know if that's what I want for my Instagram. I don't want people to see my Instagram as a means of me to sell comics. But at the same time, like, seems like a really good way because that's where everybody knows where I'm at.
Yeah, I think it's okay. Like for me, like if you're putting books up every week, you're a shop. If you put books up super occasionally, you're just trying to move some stuff because you're trying to make room and you want to sell it to the community rather than throw it up on eBay.
Gotcha. Well, that makes
TJ says, "What, you want me to send you more books?"
No.
My TJ A-OK is due in tomorrow.
I know we were hoping that
I'm hoping that this show is going to get bumped.
we're like, screw this show. We want to see a TJ A-OK. I want to see someone else freak out. Actually, I'd probably be freaking out with you. So that's what John's Comics with Kids was like. I really want you to be on the show with him so I can see your reactions.
So I'm going to try to not open it like a madman tomorrow night and wait until Tuesday when you can maybe do it with me.
That's right. I will be out of town tomorrow, but I will be back on Tuesday night. So maybe we'll do a two-parter.
I mean, it might be a two-parter anyway.
That's a fact.
Cool. Well,
so those are all your books.
That was everything I had for tonight.
Not
everything I'm on the fence about, but
Flash trivia, go.
Oh, I have to come up with it?
Yeah, real quick.
It's trivia about the Flash?
Oh no, just more like that was just I don't know what I meant by that.
I mean, it could be, right?
It could be, yeah. Why not?
Do you care what it is?
Of course not.
All right. What is the first appearance of Impulse?
I got that in an A-OK from TJ.
Is it who I see first or who you see first?
Whoever you see first. While I put these together.
You're giving away 2, though?
We are giving away 2. So what?
Big Will says a comic book. Unless I'm mistaken, no one has gotten it yet.
12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Gorilla Grodd.
Dang it, I just sent Gorilla Grodd a bunch of some stuff.
So we have to ask a second question, though, then, right?
Yes.
All right.
All right, Gorilla Grodd. I think I still have your address, but shoot it to me again just in case. All right, I got both sets ready to go.
Do I have to ask another question? Or do you want to ask one?
Let's see. What books do I have around me that I could get some stuff from? Ooh, if you watched my video for Captain Mike yesterday, you might know this answer. What is the first appearance of Sinestro on a cover? That's right. Only the true people, only the true fans will know. You know, it can't be you, Gorilla Grodd. You can't get through. Oh, that was close, Big Will. Jason P. Green Lantern.
TJ.
TJ was they're right behind him.
Brett Hess Art says 91 was a cameo of Impulse. I will look that up. If that's true, hit me up on Instagram. I'll find something to send you.
Or I have some more Supergirl. All right, so Jason P. I don't know. Jason, do you have my Instagram? If you do, send me a message, or I'm going to make sure I write this stuff. I don't have a pen, so joke's on you.
Well, I hope everyone enjoyed this. And this was kind of a wild experiment.
Yeah, it was definitely different. I don't know how I feel. I enjoyed it, and I loved how everybody was so intense about some of these selections.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I had fun. I hope you had fun. Did you have fun? I wasn't drinking.
I always have fun hanging out with you.
Yeah, this is the first time we've been together, you and me.
Just without John in the way. Just kidding, John.
Love you, John.
See you Wednesday.
So TJ, I don't know why I just said TJ. I was thinking about your A-OK. what do you have coming up on your channel?
I've got a TJAOK opening. On if anyone has not watched my State of the Union video, it's been getting a tremendously great reaction, and I appreciate all of the comments that people have been giving me about it. So go check that out. I guess it came out pretty great if people liked it so much. And also on Tuesday, a new artist review series for John Buscema is coming out as part of JD's little celebration he's doing, which I think also came out pretty well. And Wednesday we got New Comic Book Day Book Club. We're doing Batman Who Laughs on my channel, I think, with Comic Books NYC as our guest.
Ooh, that'll be a good one. Not because of Comic Books NYC, but because of the Batman Who Laughs.
Oh, wow. Zing.
Just kidding. Comic Books NYC. I love you guys.
People saying, yes, continue. Hell yeah. Keep doing the cut.
Awesome. Well, we have plenty of comics.
I should tag the comic company so they get the hint. I don't know how to do that. I put them in the keywords, if that counts. Big Snake. If you know how to do it, message me on Instagram.
And yeah, so if we do this again, which it looks like people enjoyed it, great concept. It will be on your channel, so we will do this similar to the Comic War, where we alternate, so that way people can visit your beautiful face on your own channel. And for me, what I have, every time I do this, I'm like, I have a bunch of stuff that I need to edit, and I'm terrible at it. This is why I do live shows. Thursday night, I am doing a live show with JD. We are going to be discussing
the
debate between who would you rather have protecting the Earth from a major threat. He will be debating on behalf of the Avengers, and I will be debating on behalf of the Amazing Justice League, which we all know is the best superhero team of all time.
So from what I understand, from what he was explaining, it's not necessarily going to be who's the better team, the Avengers or the Justice League. It's going to be who do you want to make as your super team, kind of.
Correct. So we're not going to. It's always you versus you fighting, Thor versus Superman. I don't know, like it's not going to be a versus video. We want to go. You know, when you build a team to defend the Earth, to do any of these things that superheroes tend to do, you always have like the team leader or the heavy hitter or the magic user, the support characters, different people that have different roles within the team. And so we are going to discuss who fits that role better. Like Captain America, Batman, probably team leader, right? Or maybe Tony Stark. I don't know how that works.
Well, that's JD's job.
Gotcha. So, but that's what it's going to be. It's not going to be a versus. It's going to be a if.
It's not about them battling each other.
Yeah, if crap hit the fan on planet Earth and you could pick one of those two teams to protect you, who's it going to be? So that will be
Sounds really cool.
Thursday night. JD and I will be on, I don't know, my channel, maybe his channel. We'll figure it out. But other than that, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. I appreciate all of you guys watching. White Whale Comics, his information is in the description below. If you already do not subscribe to him, his channel is down below, and also his Instagram page at White Whale Comics. So go check out Alec. His videos are amazing. That State of the Union video was super cool, and I was really disappointed in myself that I didn't send you a video. After I watched it, I'm like, dang, this could have been so cool. I was so mad.
Yeah, a few people have said that, man.
And I don't blame them. That was a really well done video. So go check out White Whale Comics' channel.
I'm honestly a little glad that more people didn't send stuff in, because it was already challenging enough to edit 6 people. If I had gotten like 12, it would have been a whole different fun.
Your edits were crazy, but it was awesome. It was a really good
Thank you.
Good video. And then for me, throw a like, subscribe if you haven't. I unfortunately just surpassed 666. I am now at 668, it looks like. I was hoping to hold the devil's number a little longer because I thought that would be fun. I am thinking that since I haven't done a giveaway or a contest since 250, probably at 700 or 750, I will be doing another giveaway. Like the last giveaway I did, I think I was at 500 Instagram followers. I think I'm over 1,300 now. So,
you should have done a 666 giveaway.
That's what I thought about it, but then I figured people might be a little terrified of that. So I was thinking maybe like 777, but I don't want to wait that long. I feel like I'm in a very giving mood.
I was planning on doing a 333 giveaway because it's halfway to 666.
It's halfway. You're almost there. So
thanks, Big Will. Y'all are awesome.
Y'all. But yeah, so I'll be probably trying to do something like that here in the near future. But other than that, I mean, thank you so much, Alec, for joining me on my show.
Thank you for having me.
Wait to see this TJAOK. I am super thrilled about it.
Me too.
It looks like I'm more excited about it than you are.
No, I am overwhelmed that it is that, like I was saying this just on the Big Will AOK, that like people are sending me stuff to begin with, and the fact that like I got this awesome Deadpool run, and now I got 2 great books from Comic Books NYC, and now I have this like 30-pound box coming from TJ. It's a lot to take in, that like I'm getting this adoration. I'm not used to people.
That comic celebrity.
Yeah, well, no, I'm super excited. I'm just trying to temper it until it's here, and I'm just gonna
freak
out. It all out. Yeah, a little bit probably.
I remember when I opened mine, I didn't know what to expect. I know he told me like, yeah, there's a few big books in there, and then I practically pooped my own pants.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm not. Like, I don't, based on yours, I'm not like holding it to a standard, right? Because I don't want to say like, oh, I didn't get a first appearance of Juggernaut, so it's disappointing. Like he took the time to hand select books that he thought I would like. So I'm super excited to see what those books are. And that's really all I care about. But he did say there's a couple big books in there. And so I'm waiting with bated breath to figure out what might be in there.
Well, I'm sure we are all going to be there.
Yeah, and get ready for some serious words of appreciation, TJ. If I don't already tell you how much I appreciate you.
But thank you guys so much for watching. Enjoy the rest.
Go pick up Melody.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Melody, I'm coming.
Sorry, Melody, I kept him late.
Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday night. It is a new week. We are heading towards Christmas, so and happy holidays. Make sure you guys are appreciating spending time with your family, your friends, our community. To me, I don't have anyone living here with me, so you guys are my family. So I really enjoy your presence and hanging out with you guys. And that goes for you, Alec.
Right back at you, buddy. It's nice to see you.
My friend. So have a good night, everybody.
You too. Bye.